Hi, welcome back to Lady T Expressions. I'm just picking up from my last video because I didn't want it to go on and be too long. And I'm going to try not to make this part to be as long as well. I'm trying to remember what was the last thing I said on my last video. I can't remember. But anyhow, just, going through this TTC journey, and I'm to put it this way, I'm not going to really sit here and tell you that I'm actually TTCing. We are just in a relationship that we're saying, I guess if it happens, it happened. But I have not been going through the motion up until actually today of actually charting, figuring out my days. It's just kind of being a hit and go kind of thing. And like I said, my whole entire, I'm not gonna say the entire 8 years, but the majority of our relationship have been non-contraceptive. Give it to you that way. And you would think out of 8 years of being in a relationship with somebody and have not been using any kind of contraceptive that you would somewhere down the line conceive. When I was 22 years old in a previous relationship, I did have a miscarriage. At 22 years old, um, I miscarried, and so I was so early into the pregnancy that I didn't even know that I was pregnant until I was miscarrying. Um, it's something that I generally don't talk about. I really don't talk about it at all. And I'm not gonna say it's a taboo thing, but I just don't talk about it at all. Very few people even know about it in my family. Actually, the only people that do know about it, I think, is my immediate family, my mother, my sister, and according to my dad, we actually brought it up not too long ago. According to him, he just found out about it, but he talks about things and I say he just don't be listening. But according to him, he's just finding out about it. But I don't. I generally don't talk about it too much at all. Um, and it was at the age of 22 years old from a previous relationship, and we broke up shortly after that miscarriage. But needless to say, from that point on up until now, I have not come close to ever to even an inkling or even thinking that I'm pregnant. Actually, up until the past 3 years ago, my period had just decided that it wanted to regulate itself. So for the past 3 years, I started 2010. I started charting my period from the day it came on to the day it went off. And for 3 years now, my period has been coming on every month on time as scheduled. My cycles last from anywhere from 30. My cycles are 30 between 32 to 33 days long, and today is actually my cycle day one, and I'm actually about to start today. Ink Flow came today on the 1st. Last month it came on May 29th. So, like I said, my cycle is 32 to 33 days long. And it never comes on the same day, but it always comes on around on the same date. It'll come on maybe 2 days before that date or maybe 2 days after. So it's always around that same area. So I knew it was due, sometime. Well, today is Monday, but I felt like I thought that it was going to come on any day between last Thursday and Saturday. But when it didn't come on Saturday, nothing. But I started spotting yesterday, but it still came on full force today. So I'll count this day as cycle day one for me. And I'm going to start charting and trying to do better. I'm going to really try hard now for the next 6 months. If I can't, excuse me, I'm sorry, if I can't get anything going um, within the next 6 months, I'm going to have to make some major decisions in my life. And by that meaning is the relationship that I am. I'm going to decide if I even want it to continue, because I love him. This is what I didn't want to do, get into my emotions, my feelings. See, to talk about him, it like I said, to deciding if I want to even continue the relationship that I'm in now after the 6 months are over, because I don't want to waste his time, and I love him enough to let him go. I love him enough to let him go and get what he wants out of life. And if I can't give it to him, I'd rather for him to go on and be with somebody that's gonna give him what he wants out of life. And if he decides then, and only him can decide it, I'm gonna share what I think and feel about the situation, and then he can decide from there if he wants to continue. But I just wanted him to know that I'm gonna love you enough to let you go and decide what you want. I mean, I'm 33. He will soon be. He will be 32 in November. You know, we're not getting any younger, so decisions have to be made, and I want that decision to be made soon. You know, you don't want to be an old papa, and that's what I'm being faced with right now. Deciding where this 8-year long relationship is going to go, and it's the determining factor for me. And I know some of you probably saying, "Well, why 6 months?" Because, like I said, it's because of the time, and I've invested so much time, and he has invested so much time until. And some of you probably would say, "Well, if he really, really, truly loves you, then he would stay." But I want to love him enough for him to have what he wants out of life. Like I said, I don't ever want to bring somebody into or keep somebody in a relationship and they're not fully happy, because infertility destroys relationships. It does. It don't have to be. It don't have to, but it really does. Because we can go on and he can tell me, "I love you and I want to be with you," regardless. But somewhere along the line, the devil will let that very thing come back up and destroy the one thing that you worked hard on, is trying to build a marriage relationship and having your own kids. And like I said, he has a son, and believe it or not, me seeing him fathering his son, I get jealous. I feel left out a lot of times. See? This is what I didn't want to do, y'all. I did not want to get out here and cry. But this is something that keeps me up at night. I can't sleep. Because this is what's on my mind all the time, and I think I'm letting it consume me. I'm not one of those people that, and if you do that, that's fine. I don't test. The last time I took a pregnancy test, I would say it was 2011, because I actually skipped a month of my period, and I skipped a whole month. Yeah, and I thought I was. And before then, I told myself, I'm not going to test again. If I'm pregnant, then I will not know until I start showing, because it was so disappointing to be testing and testing and testing, and for it to tell you negative, 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 negative. And I'm just done. I'm not going to test anymore. If I come up pregnant, then I'm just pregnant. I'm not going to know until my stomach started protruding or I start getting them symptoms. I don't even pay attention to symptoms anymore, because a lot of those symptoms, I have those same symptoms when Aunt Flo is coming to town. Cravings, breast tenderness, mood swings, all that kind of stuff. I get all of that while I'm pregnant, when Aunt Flo is coming to town. Also, I'm not on any kind of medication, because I don't have any kind of insurance, and I don't want to go broke trying to have a baby. So I'm trying to do this all naturally on my own. And I'm going to try it, working in my schedule, charting my ovulation days or when I think of ovulation, just paying close attention to my body. And if I can't get anything to come up in 6 months, then I got to make some decisions. And they're not going to be easy decisions, but they have to be made. Okay, we're going on 10 minutes here. But like I said, I just wanted to start this channel because this is my Lady, hence the name of it is Lady T Expression. This is where I want to go to express these feelings and these emotions that I have, because I don't have anybody to talk to. I can't go to my mother, and that's not saying anything bad about her, but it's just because of how we were raised and religious purpose, and she just don't really think it's good for me to even be trying or wanting to have a baby when I'm not married. And I feel like now is the best time for me to know and try and find out before a marriage even comes along, because I've seen it where these relationships, this infertility will destroy relationships. And if I can't have a baby, then I don't think I want to get married. But yeah, a lot of times I think about I think I'm gonna grow old. I feel like sometimes I'm gonna grow old and alone. Who's gonna take care of me when I get old? Who's gonna be there for me when mama, daddy is gone? I think about that now. I'm like, okay, I'm 33 years old and I don't really have anybody when I'm sick to come tend to me. I still have to get up and move. I still got to get up and either starve. I still have to get up and get myself something to eat. I still have to get up and make a move. Me and my boyfriend, we don't live together. We have lived together in the past, and then we did a brief, when I say brief, a brief breakup, separation, a brief separation. It was very brief. I don't even think it lasted. I moved out, he moved, and probably 2 weeks later we were back together. So it was very brief, and we just hadn't lived together since then. But but excuse me, I'm sorry, that was really nasty. I'm sorry, but infertility. I know I'm not alone, but it has a way of making you feel like that you're all by yourself. And me watching videos on YouTube has let me know that I'm not by myself, and it gives me some type of it makes me feel some type of way to watch you guys' videos. It helps me feel more hopeful sometimes, even though when I say, okay, well, even though I said I would give myself to 35 to decide if I want, to see if I'm having a baby, but I'm giving myself 6 months in this relationship because I want to love him enough to be able to go on and find somebody that he can see himself with, settle down, and have a baby. He wants a daughter. I know he does. He's mentioned it on several occasions, and I want him to have that. I want him to have that. If I can't give it to him, I want somebody to give it to him, but I want him to be with somebody that really loves him as much as I love him. I'm going to stop right there, and I'll be coming back lately and updating you guys. Like I said, today is my cycle day 1. According to my ovulation calculator, my cycles last 3 days now. Yay! It's been going on for 3 years now. They're 4 at the most, but 3. I've had some 2-day cycles, y'all. But meaning my period will last only 2 days, but the most is 4. But we're on the average of 3 days for my periods now. My first day is always my heaviest. My second day, it'll kind of mellow out. Third day, it gets down to like spotting where I may not even have to wear a tampon. And then by that 4th day, it's completely gone. So that's pretty much it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm glad it'll be gone by the 4th of July. But I'll be back and I'll be updating you guys. My ovulation days are, according to my calendars, any day between the 17th and the 20th. I believe that's what it said. And but my actual ovulation day, I think, I can't remember what it said. But anyway, like I said, this is my first time actually starting to track it and keep up with my dates and see what's going on. I haven't been on all that time that I was going through the doctor and getting all that stuff done and having all these problems with my cycle. I have never been diagnosed with anything. The doctors today would tell you they just don't understand why I had these prolonged periods. I had not been diagnosed with PCOS. I have not been diagnosed with fibroids. I have not been diagnosed with anything. They just simply don't understand. They don't understand why. And since they don't understand why, I don't understand why either. But that's just how it is. And I'll be coming back from time to time with some more expressions on, how my day went, how I felt. I wish you all that are out there trying, that are TTCing, I wish you all baby dust. I hope you soon someday get your BFP. And just know that, in God's timing, and also I'm also getting to the point where I'm willing to accept the fact that if I can't, and if it's not in God's plan for my life, then it's just not. And I think I'll be willing to accept that in 6 months, and I'll go from there. So I'll keep you all posted through this 6-month journey of me trying, and we'll go from there. I thank you guys for listening. I've subscribed to some of your channels already. I just hadn't posted a video yet, and you probably is wondering, who is this girl subscribed to my channel? She don't have any videos. But I'll keep you all posted, and I will talk to you guys soon, and we'll go from there. Bye now.